going to be sharing with you guys blush hacks you didn't know you needed to hear from me. Before we start, we need to know where we are going to place our blushes. And that all depends on your face shape. Whether you have an oval shape, a round shape like me, heart shape, slim face, whatever shape you have, you need to know before you even go and apply in your blush. For example, I have a very round face. So what I like to do is I always love placing my blush right up there. I always like to go upward because I want a lifting effect. We're gonna go ahead and apply it up here as well. I'm using Armani Beauty Luminous Silk cheek tint. Go ahead and blend this out with a fluffy brush. I stay there for a few seconds and then I start moving up and down. As you guys can see, I am not moving past here. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. If you do not know where to stop, go ahead and put your 2 fingers on the apples of your cheek and work from there. Now that we finished applying our liquid blush, you're gonna go ahead and set the liquid blush with a powder blush. You wanna make sure that when you're looking for your powder blush shade, that it is very similar to the liquid shade. So for example, this Armani Beauty blush is a bubbly pink shade, so I'm gonna go ahead now with the Too Faced bubbly pink powder blush. This is the Cloud Crush in the shade Candy Clouds. The shade are very similar. You don't want to go ahead and use this shade of liquid blush and set it with this powder, because then you're gonna throw off your blush. The look is not gonna look good. It's gonna be a hot mess. Or even this shade. As you guys can see, they just don't correlate. They just don't go together, as you guys can see. Go ahead and apply this very lightly. I go ahead and do tapping motions, as you guys can see. And we're gonna still stay in this upper area right here. If you do overdo your blush and you have blush blindness like me, I'm gonna show you right now a trick to fix this, right? You see how this one looks nice and this one looks a little bit too crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a pressed powder. I'm gonna go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish, tap off any excess and start lightly tapping to just really bring down that blush. And that is how it's looking. This is the final look. You guys can see, I'm gonna look straight at you guys. You guys can see how most of the product is concentrated on the upper parts of my cheek because I want that lifting effect. I want my cheeks to look and not like a blowfish. Besitos.